Nutritional information on TikTok can be great or it can be absolutely awful. One of the worst things you can do for your health. I'm going to react live. My team has pulled up some TikTok videos and we're going to dive into them. Is it good information or bad information? Let's go.
People overcomplicate nutrition like an insane amount, and eating healthy is actually really, really easy. And I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks on how to make it very simple.
All right, I like it so far. Make food simple. Sounds like a good book that you could get. She wants to make this simple. How are we going to do this? Let's check this out.
It takes me like 7 minutes max to throw together my meals every single day. Like, it is so simple, you guys.
I mean, 7 minutes sounds good. A little bit longer than that, but...
One is prep ingredients. If you know me and you've been following me for a while, you know that I've already been doing this. Prep your ingredients, don't prep meals. If you like prepping meals and that's what works for you and you love doing that and it helps you reach your goals, that's amazing. But most of the time people don't like to prep meals. Prep ingredients. For example, I always have rice cooked in a rice cooker. I'm cooking up some more right now. Usually takes 20 to 25 minutes. Super simple.
So 20 to 25 minutes in, we're prepping the rice. It takes 7 minutes to throw it together. So I see where this is going a little bit. It sounds good on the surface, but to prep all the ingredients, it takes time with it, but I completely agree. You do need to prep them. The rice, however, spikes insulin levels quite a bit. So that's going to increase those insulin. I know a lot of people eat it. If you're going to eat it, I would just go for cauliflower rice. It's a way better, simpler, see what you did there, way that you can get the carbohydrates down.
Always have my ingredients prepped in the fridge. I've got my eggs, egg whites, I have cilantro for flavor, green, red, and white onion also for flavor, and avocado.
Loving the cilantro for flavor. Love that we got healthy fats in there as an avocado. You best get that thing wrapped up or put in something because it's going to go brown really fast. The thing I'm unsure about is these egg beaters. They come with a lot of other ingredients. You're better off just having the straight up egg, and those eggs need to be more of that free range so those chickens aren't fed toxic things. A lot of hormones involved with them as well.
Spinach for greens. Spinach are literally the best. They do not taste like anything. You can throw them in with anything.
Agree there.
Shredded chicken, 99.1 ground turkey, and ground beef.
So ground turkey, ground beef, chicken. She's put hours into this thing. She wants to throw it together in 7 minutes, but it's the ingredient prep. So this is a solid Sunday activity that she's pulling off.
Sundays takes me maybe an hour to prep all of them, and then I'm set up for success for the entire week. The next step is to buy your veggies frozen. If you buy them fresh, most likely they're going to spoil and go bad in your fridge.
All right, they can spoil and go bad in the fridge, but I would suggest getting some of them, figuring that out. You're going to get way more nutrients out of fresh vegetables than you will in frozen. But I do, frozen vegetables, that's fine. That's good. Still, you're still getting them in.
Literally simplify your life and save you so much time and hassle in the kitchen. I just threw my frozen broccoli in there for literally 6 minutes, threw some garlic salt, and they're perfectly crisp and ready to eat. This is my pre-workout meal that I literally made in like 6 minutes.
She's gonna eat that before a workout? I think I would throw up if I had that before a workout. After workout, maybe.
Ground beef, heated that up in the microwave. I popped my...
She used the microwave. Now we can take one step up, and you spent all that time with all that money prepping those foods, getting that meat, getting those veggies, and then you put it in the box. That literally would start a fire in your house if you put metal in it. So check out my video on microwave to learn more, but it zaps nutrients.
In the air fryer for 6 minutes, and it was done. And it's all thrown
I'm good with the air fryer,
together.
just not the plastic that's involved with the air fryer.
So simple. Obviously, I know this might sound boring to some people, but you can always add more flavor to it. If you want to add some Greek yogurt for some extra protein, or maybe some non-fat shredded cheese, or some red, white, or green onions, cilantro, you can...
All right, let's just eliminate the ending there on health advice, because go with full fat. If you want to burn fat, you need fat. That's the real stuff. It's processed when you eliminate all of that fat. And I would just stay away from the yogurt altogether. You're asking for way too many carbs going on there.
Flavor to it without it adding too many calories to the dish. But once you start fueling your body with whole foods, it will literally change your life. You will feel so good, and you'll find that you'll start reaching your goals.
I'm good with that.
Do you want to make balanced meals but you don't know how? Well, this dietitian's got you covered. Fill
a
quarter of your plate with lean animal or plant protein, another quarter of your plate with fiber-rich slow carbs like whole grains. Fill the last half of your plate with non-starchy veggies. And
you should come like with my kids, what they have. Like they have natural plate dividers. You know what I'm talking about? Like an orange one, purple one. They fight over who gets the pink one kind of thing. And it's like half the plates over here. That would work perfect for this division. What do you got? So we got lean, non-starchy vegetables, lean protein. What are we putting on top here? What is this? Can I see that again? We back it up. What did we put on top?
healthy fat.
Hot sauce? Or that looks like a sriracha? Gotta watch the sugar content there, but not bad. Quinoa, pretty good. I'm okay with that if you've hit your health goals. Once you've hit health goals from a weight perspective, from a diabetes perspective, from an insulin, from a blood pressure, then you can add that whole grain in. It's a great option other than rice, white rice, and it's gonna have a lot more nutrients and vitamins in it. All for the salmon, very good source of omega-3s. We got some cucumbers in there. Love me some cabbage and those carrots. So I'm all good with this. Topped it off with a little bit of healthy fat. So never. Strong word. Here we go.
With hydrogenated oils.
Hydrogenated oils is completely with you.
Oil. These oils are
those things are so toxic. They congest your cells. They live in your body for up to 300 days. These toxic oils. So when you're seeing butter alternatives like she's showing right now, made from vegetable oils or canola oils or soybean oils, but you got to be careful too, because on the front of the package they'll deceive you and they'll put made with avocado oil. You're like, oh, I feel so good about this. It's a healthy oil. You flip it over and it's got 4 other types of oils in it. So I'm with you, sister.
Inflammatory. My go-to is grass-fed butter, like the brand Kerrygold.
Grass-fed butter, I agree. We want to make sure that it comes properly sourced cows that aren't filled with hormones and antibiotics.
Second is processed carbs, especially from brands such as the one shown here. They oftentimes have added sugars and suspect ingredients. My go-to brand is Bread Seriously.
Don't know bread seriously, but I just stay out of the bread aisle. If I'm going to get it, I try to get one without oil, period. If it's made with oil, it better be olive. Otherwise, the key to getting bread is the ones without oils in them. Dave Killer's bread is an example that we use at our house sometimes. I just don't eat that much bread. I've kind of just moved away from it. What do I do for a bun and a hamburger? I use lettuce. That's what I do.
Last but not least, fake meat. These products are highly processed and not nearly as good for you as organic grass-fed meat.
I always like the facade that we're behind when we're doing a diet, and then we are saying we're going after one thing that we're eliminating, but then we toxify ourselves with another thing. So this happens a lot in the meat, fake meat department. That stuff is filled with chemicals, it's filled with bad oils, it's filled with sugars, but at least we didn't eat the meat. You would have been better off eating the meat. Now the same thing goes with like gluten. You're trying to cut out the gluten, but you're eating just toxic processed food that doesn't have gluten in it. So you got to be careful with these. I'm going low fat, but then what else do they have to put in there? Sugar in order to make it low fat. So I'm in agreement on these.
Foods that you think are good for weight loss but are secretly hurting
All right,
your weight
I
loss.
made a video on that.
Pre-made salads are really high.
Pre-made salads, unless you're pre-making them. If you are, then you can control the ingredients and it's fantastic. But you got to be watching out. I agree with that.
They don't even fill you up. Protein bars are basically candy bars.
Protein bars basically are candy bars, which is why I just went ahead and made my own version of a candy bar that actually has healthy ingredients in it. That's a side note, but I don't do a lot of the protein bars, right? Just eat the actual protein.
Loaded with fat, sugar, and calories. Halo Top is basically just watered down ice
Halo
cream.
Top, not even really familiar with it because I don't buy ice cream if I'm trying to lose weight. So I would just try to avoid that altogether. If you want something, make a delicious smoothie. Do you know how much you can do with like a chocolate smoothie to make it taste incredible after a meal? That's where I'd go. Or I'd try chia seed pudding. Check that recipe out.
Simple things that you should be doing every single day if you want.
Losing weight, flat stomach. My goal is always to get it healthier, but I'm with you. I understand. We want it to look a certain way. So, and I'm glad she's at least pre-framing this with
so well, and I want you guys to understand that there are so many things that go in.
Yeah, so many things going in, not just like some magic pill.
Everything else, if you are not doing these 5 other things,
5 things,
you are doing it wrong.
Let's see what we got.
Walking. Hot
steps
are absolutely a thing.
Did she just say hot girl walks?
Low
I don't think I've ever done one of those.
intensity cardio. It will burn and target fat way, way, way more effectively than doing HIIT workouts 5 to 7 times.
Now, I don't know about the research on that that these are going to be way more effective than a high intensity workout. You do a high intensity workout for 10 minutes. You can check one of those out on the channel for free, and it will continue to burn fat for the next 24 to 48 hours. So walking does not do that. Now, I like getting steps in. Let's continue to see where she's going with it.
60 to 70% of your max heart rate, and it will not overstress your body out. If you're not doing
it, doesn't overstress it typically, okay? I do agree with that. One thing you can do, this is just about movement because we just sit. And the longer you sit, you're not activating your muscles. So if you have a phone call during the day, that's what I advise. If you're in a conversation, try doing a walking meeting. You can really implement this into work.
Hot girl walks already, you need to be doing them every
All right, so we need to stop calling it hot girl walks.
Single day. Next is drinking enough water to make sure you are staying hydrated because
Agreed.
hydration plays
Absolutely.
a very, very, very major
Big
role in
Half your body weight
digestion
in
and
ounces.
your muscle function. If you aren't drinking enough water, you will not be able to
drinks a
eliminate
gallon.
waste properly.
You're going to get a lot more walking in by going to the bathroom.
This will lead to waste buildup, water retention, feeling swollen, feeling just full and bloated. If you're not drinking enough water, you need to be doing that.
Well, you got to get it absorbed too. So you make sure you have electrolytes in there, because if you drink a gallon of water a day and you're not putting the minerals back in, you're going to be flushing those. You're going to create imbalances in your body. It could create cramping. It could create some fluid retention if you don't have those minerals. So make sure you're getting electrolytes in, sea salts, or get an electrolyte powder.
3 is eating enough fiber, eating enough
food.
protein, carbs, fats, eating enough. If you are under eating, you are not going to see a result.
Now, I don't agree with that, because we have America overeating all the time. So it has regular, she's promoting the regular snacking and multiple meals a day, I guess is where she's going with this, that actually most of us need to go through a fasting mode, and you'll get insulin to cooperate. The problem with eating a lot of smaller meals throughout the day, you do need well-balanced nutrition, which she is saying, but if we're spiking insulin, that's where you're going to stay in weight gain mode. And so for a lot of people that don't necessarily, aren't necessarily fit already, are going to get themselves into trouble by overeating too many meals throughout the day. You're making your metabolism, your insulin stay high. The way to curb it back the other direction, we have to do some fasting.
Good quality foods for your digestive system. If you want your gut to thrive, you need to be eating a variety of fruits, vegetables. Get all the colors in your diet.
Fruits and veggies, a wide variety of colors. It's a good idea. The problem is a lot of fruit has a lot of sugar in it. So yes, a banana is yellow, but I would rather you eat a yellow pepper. I would rather you eat that than if we're going to try to get the rainbow. And instead of eating a grape, eat some cabbage. And instead of eating even a red apple, right? I would rather you eat a red pepper, right? So the vegetables are going to be much lower in the carb count. Sugars can really start to crank up those sugar levels, and you're going to spike insulin again, which is going to put weight on.
Under eating will not get you anywhere.
That, definitely not true. It's gotten me to the most in shape that I've ever been, and it's what a lot of people need to hear, because we're constantly overeating. Until you get yourself into great shape, which this person obviously is now, then you can be eating more regular. But for us to curb that back the right direction, we've got to shut down that insulin spike. So rotational fasting is what I would recommend, and what I see after leading tens of thousands of people.
Your body out, and your body will not have enough food to digest, therefore eliminate, which goes back to my other number 4 is...
So it's going to digest all the way through. You don't have to keep putting food in order for it to finish digestion. In fact, giving your digestion a break, which is something that never happens in most Americans' lifetime, is a really good idea, so that it can actually heal the other areas of your body.
Recovery is crucial to seeing results in general. If you are go in the gym, you're not giving your body a break, you're working out 6 or 7 days a week, and you're not stretching, you're not sleeping well, that will hinder your progress.
For sure. We want to space it out. I think 6 days a week, 10 minutes a day is fantastic. You want to add some walking in there. That's good. Take a day off.
Recovering properly does not also just come from sleep. It comes from eating well, fueling your body, making sure you're staying hydrated, making sure managing your stress levels, not overdoing it with high intensity cardio. All those.
Does she have Christmas lights up in the background?
Things factor into your recovery. And finally, genetics. Genetics play a huge role in the progress in the amount of stomach fat you have on your body.
Genetics are a loaded gun. It only goes off if you pull the trigger, and our bad lifestyle is what pulls the trigger.
Some people gain body fat faster than others. Some people have it in other places that others don't.
But it's something we can't control, right?
But understand that
so
genetics
we've got to put the work in then in order to overcome whatever hand we've been dealt. But just blaming the genetics, we've got to put the work in with it and have a full approach. So some decent concepts in there. We can go a little bit deeper. I don't love to eat lots of meals every single day, though.
People are going to be mad about these.
Oh.
Sugar doesn't make you fat. Carbs don't make you fat either.
Sugar doesn't make you fat.
Butter doesn't make you fat.
Butter doesn't make you fat.
Pizza doesn't even make you fat.
Pizza doesn't make you fat.
The only way to get fat is to eat too many calories over an extended period of time.
Calories are a one measurement, but not all calories made the same. So this doesn't make me mad. It's just partially inaccurate. So what happens is when you burn up sugar inside of your body, it's a lower calorie amount than a protein or a fat, but it burns like diesel. Diesel fuel, if you're ever behind one, it's like then a protein burns kind of like your car would, but fat burns like jet fuel. So you burn it up faster, but it doesn't leave the residue. And that's the problem with it. So you can eat a lot of lower calorie foods, and they might be sugar, they might be pizza, they might be whatever it is, but if it burns unclean, you're gonna leave soot inside of your body. This is the problem with it. So if you don't put yourself into some autophagy, some fasting, that stuff never cleans up and it builds up over time. So you can absolutely go into a calorie deficit and lose some weight. I personally feel like it's really challenging and it's exhaustive to track every single food that we're eating. But there is truth to it. The problem is you can do it very, very, very unhealthy. And I see it all the time with influencers. I don't know this person, but with this type of approach. And so they're eating like sugar-free drinks and just high protein bars and snacks. They're getting their proteins in and they're eating foods with low calories, but they're not actually getting healthy because of the residue. When that nutrient burns, it leaves behind ash, soot, and damage. Fat's going to be clean, proteins in the middle, carbohydrates are going to burn the most unclean. So I got to see this.
People are going to be mad about these. Sugar doesn't make you fat. Carbs don't make you fat either. Butter doesn't make you fat. Pizza doesn't even make you fat. The only way to get fat is to eat too many calories over an extended period.
So yes, over extended period of time, intaking, over consuming, absolutely. But we really got to pay attention to the chemicals that are inside of the food, because you can still eat low carbs and eat terrible. I could drink low carb beer and eat low carb pizza and maybe still lose weight, but does that make you healthy? Well, that was fun. There was my reactions out of the gates. Loved all the people. I always want to be known for what I'm for, not for what I'm against. But breaking down some of the misnomers is what I feel like I have to do as a doctor to help wade through all this information that's being thrown at you to help make it simple. If you need a place getting started, grab a Livingood Daily book to help just implement foundational pieces no matter what type of diet plan you want to do. You've got to have the foundations of complete health. Can't be just nutrition. That link is in the description below. And if you want some more reacts, check out me reacting to the new cricket flour craze on TikTok. Yeah, people are eating flour made from crickets. Go to this video here.